Welcome to another episode of Another in the Fire. Welcome back. I just want to thank you guys I want to acknowledge you guys and thank you guys for viewing and for commenting and liking and sharing. We see the love and we just want to thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes.
If you feel like this podcast will help a friend, a family, a sister, I don't know, someone,
an enemy,
someone, just go ahead and hit that share, send them, and then let them
let's share this love.
Yes. So today's episode, we're gonna get even deeper. I would say we are gonna talk about facing fear. So I know it's like a hard episode. It's deep. We can get deep. We always have that. What if I fail, or worse, like what if I succeed? It's always between doing it out of fear, not doing something out of fear, but also doing it sometimes when we doubt that we probably will be successful. I know that we wanted to touch on that.
What are we really fearing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive deep and we're going to go into it. But before we get started with that, we want to just find out, how's y'all's week been?
I don't know. Mine is pretty good. I've just been feeling lazy lately, tired. Not for any reason in particular, but just definitely in this, it's not even a funk. I'm not sad or nothing. I'm just relaxed. I just want to hang out and be home, play with my dogs. I just feel really at peace.
Chill.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm having a good week.
It's good.
Good.
I would say my week is a little hectic right now. We're going through month end. So I think, if you guys have been watching since the beginning, you will know. I think we recorded when it was during month end.
Yes.
So you guys know that it gets a little crazy, but we're not consumed. It's intense. We have the pressure to turn in our numbers, so it's very much that. But other than that, I think I'm good. Our family vacation is here and just getting ready for that.
Maybe that's why I feel relaxed. I'm ready.
Take me, I'm ready.
On vacation already. My week is good. I've been having deeper conversations with my kids about spiritual things, so it's been really good. Yeah. I feel like God is bringing out their gifts more and more, and I get excited about that.
Yeah. And they want to communicate about it, so it's good.
They want to communicate, and they want to know, they have questions.
No, and then all of our kids went to a conference that recently happened, a lot of our youth, so
Yeah, and it ignited some things, and Nicholas can't stop talking about it. He loves it. Abigail is doing what we're doing. They went up for prayer, and they prayed over their friendship.
Wow.
Yes, I did see that.
See? Leading by example. We're doing good.
Yes.
The little signs
I can breathe,
behind this. We're on the right track. We're doing good.
Something right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are doing good. Let's get into this.
Dun, dun.
All right. So
I'm gonna keep going.
Oh, I'm like, what's happening? All right. So let's go into it. I know we have the first one. Our first title is the two-headed fear, failure and success. It's always something that we tend to either pull from and not go through with it, because I know for me it's more of I think I'm still not so much fear, but you know what? It can be fearful.
Yeah.
When you start a new project, when you feel like, am I doing the right thing? Is it the time? That fear starts creeping in, and it starts I stop myself from doing stuff, but then I do think about, but what if it works?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what if it works? What if it does become something?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, but taking that risk is like something that we battle. I know I
Mhm.
battle a
Mhm.
lot, like in anything, you know, like battling if I should do it or not, jump the cliff or not, you know,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Scary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about you guys? Whenever you guys hear failure and success, like, does that cause any kind of fear?
Yeah, I think for me, it makes me think of failure of success more than, the fear of success more than the fear of failure,
Mm.
because I don't really think I'm afraid to fail. At least I tried, but I can think of immediate things of times where I've been afraid that it was actually might be successful, afraid that it actually might work out. Like sometimes we criticize ourselves. We're our own worst critic, and we
Mhm.
think like, what if this is everything I ever wanted? Then what? Like, can I uphold that? Can I keep up with
Yeah.
it? Like, can I maintain it? Like,
The standard is just,
Yes.
it's higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we're always learning, we're always growing, yes, but when things succeed, okay, now I got to step my game up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that the fear of success is for me more than failure.
Yeah. I think there's a good, on my balancing scale, there's a good level of fear of failure and fear of success. So, fear of success, I didn't really think of it that way until I thought about the commitment. So, when something is successful and succeeds, and I know I'm supposed to be doing it, now all of a sudden I'm afraid because now I have another commitment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I already know it's going to get deeper and it's going to grow and it's going to do all of those things because typically you can envision it
Yeah.
happening, like you know it. So I always have that fear of like, oh crap, now I got to really do this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like what it takes to get there, yes, but
Yeah.
what it takes to keep
Continue
it. Yeah,
it. Yeah,
and
being
maintain it.
consistent and
Yeah.
all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Like marriage.
yes.
So, I mean, you got to maintain that marriage and that's for life.
yeah,
So if you think about it in the same sense, it's a little like intimidating.
yeah,
It can be intimidating. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the fear of failure for me is more of not really failure like with other people, but more so with myself. Because I'm, like you said, we're
Yeah.
our worst critic.
yeah,
And so I'm always critiquing myself and I kick myself when I'm like, oh, I should have said that. Oh, I should have did this. Oh, I could have done that.
yeah.
You know, it's all those what ifs after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So that scares me and it makes me want to like pull away and not even do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I'm like, oh no. If I see these things and imperfections, everyone else
you think
is
everybody
seeing them.
notices what you notice.
Yes.
And really, they have no idea.
Yes.
I think it's like what will kill me is the what ifs.
The
You
what
know,
ifs.
like the
Mhm.
what ifs after, like starting any kind of business, starting this even, you know, like
Stepping
starting,
out in
yeah.
faith is scary.
Yeah,
You know, whenever you mentioned people, it reminded me, well, as soon as I saw the topics, because we normally put the topics out, we don't discuss until we actually hit record. So the first thing that came to mind was just the fear of failing my parents. Because something that as you guys, I've said it here, I'm first generation, and it's always been heavy on my heart, and I hold it, and nobody is holding it over my head but me.
yeah,
It's just like that I want to make their sacrifice of leaving their country, coming here, worth it. Like, I just want to be successful. So I put this pressure on me, and I'm all like, I have to figure this out.
So you set your own
Yeah.
standards.
But I always, whenever you said people, I'm just like, I'm fear of failing my parents,
Mhm.
but they're not even putting this pressure on me.
yeah,
But and I always tell my parents, and I said, I just want to make you guys coming over here for not knowing the language, not knowing people, not knowing anybody or anything about it, and just trying to give us a better future. So I feel like I have to
Yeah.
do it, and I get that fear of failing them.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
then it's stuff that I put on myself,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. I equate that with like disappointment. I don't want to disappoint people
Yeah.
who are counting on me, or I have to make the commitment to.
Mhm.
So that puts a lot of fear in me. Like, it's not just about me, it's about somebody else.
Mhm.
Or maybe it's a kid or a project or somebody's party. You know, for
Yeah.
instance, if I'm doing some kind of balloon arrangement, I get fearful and nervous doing that. Like, what if they don't like it? Because it's
Yeah.
for them and it's their memories. And that really
That
intimidates me.
expectation.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is intimidating.
I'm like, but yours is always great. You always
And
sit
I don't
there.
think so. Like, afterwards, always, after every event, I'm like, I did a horrible job. That's ugly.
I think that's crazy that you say that, because when we're talking about decorations and themes and parties, so the expectations that they have causes a fear in you. But when we take out the party, the decorating, and we put it to something else, the same thing, the expectations that people have of us generate a fear in us. And that's a whole nother thing, because I feel like a lot of people do that without recognizing not just a party theme, not just your parents, but we allow the expectations of other people that they put on us
Right.
allow us to have fear, when that's on you. Like, I didn't put that on myself, and yet I'm allowing myself to be afraid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
When you said that, I was thinking about newlyweds. Like, when you
Yeah.
get married, you may have thought marriage was something else, or they were going to be a certain way because they were nice and groomed and, you know, doing all the sweet talk. And then
He really does not throw his dirty socks in the hamper.
Yes. Expectations.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a minute, you weren't like this when we were dating. Yeah. I used to tell that to Benny all the time. You weren't like this. And he would tell me, you met me like this. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
You were not like this. Yeah.
In my head, this is not how you were when we lived together.
This is not good.
Yeah.
You know, and it's actually been not only to be able to overcome them, but to recognizing them. Like, can you really, like, whenever it's not only hard to just like, oh, like, kind of pull back from it, but like actually
Just to acknowledge it.
saying it out loud and just say like, oh, am I really like like fearful for this? But when you say it out loud, it's just kind of like becomes it enhances more, you know, like it comes real. And I'm just like, I just want to numb it. Let me just run by it and not fear this. Not like this feeling that I'm feeling of fear.
Yeah.
You know, and actually like recognizing it and be able to figure out how to work towards not fearing that, you know, because I believe we can all conquer our fear. Like, I do believe we're strong enough. We always have a choice. But we need to figure out the steps to do all of this, you know, to actually recognize it, and overcome it, to be able not to let us bother it, because I feel it hinders us in some.
It does. I've been on that end where I've been paralyzed from fear, and I wouldn't grow.
Yeah.
And I finally would just be like, dive right in, just do it, just say yes. And then I became that yes person, like yes to everything, because I wanted to conquer that feeling of being paralyzed and not wanting to do anything.
Yeah.
But that came out of like, you know, mental illness and stuff for me.
Yeah.
So naming it is good. Like recognizing, like earlier I said,
Acknowledging what it is.
I have a fear of commitment.
Yeah.
It's not with everything though. It's just apparently success.
Yeah. Recognizing that that, like, this is what brought it up. Like,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And that is scary. So then I procrastinate. And I wasn't putting the two together, but I procrastinate, then I get it done and like hustle, and I work good under pressure.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm a perfectionist. Like, it has to be perfect now because now I'm afraid.
Now I'm in the zone and I'm committed. And
what if they don't like it? And what if I fail? Yep. Yeah. So it's like a double-edged sword for me.
When I think of like acknowledging the fear and naming the fear, I specifically think of the time me and my husband now, before we were married, not even the dating season, not even the courting season, like the interested in each other, we like each other, don't like each other, like figuring that part out. that he was interested in me and that I was interested in him, because for a while it was like I was afraid, which is like what we were saying, I was afraid it was going to be successful. The fear of knowing that you are worthy of a man of God, of a man of integrity, of a man with good character. Like, I mean, all these things, but I was still like in my wild child phase, going through like, you know, all this stuff. So I was afraid of the commitment to this life with him. Like, could this actually work? Because I had a failed marriage, and being afraid that this is a good man, this is a good family, like the fear of a successful marriage. And because there are women out there that you have a good man, he talks good to you, he's kind to you, he wants to go further with you, but you're afraid it might actually work.
And going into that, you self-sabotage. Yeah, you know, like you tend to pull away and you're like, oh no, he's too good.
Guarded.
Yeah. And all that stuff, because I know, and during my single season, I was just like, this guy is weird. I mean, we have talked about in the podcast that my husband was different. He respected me. He he was just, he treated me like nobody else has ever treated me. So whenever that happened, whenever like we were talking the courting season or just talking, it was just kind of like pulling back, because you start putting the fear, you know, like, so like saying I'm not that
do I even know how to
person. Yeah,
date
like
this?
do I
Is it a little bit like this is too good to be true?
I think it's a lot of that, because you go through so much hurt and like
And doubt.
and doubt that you fear letting somebody else, but you like it, but then whenever it's too good to be true, you pull yourself away, because I know that's what happened to me. I start being toxic, because I did do that in the beginning stage, like talking with my husband. I was like becoming toxic and just like, oh, you talking to somebody else, or like, and he'll be like, chill. Like,
I just flat out pulled away.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this. I was so much afraid of it that I didn't even allow myself to be exposed to it.
So you started just finding reasons
to trigger him.
Yeah.
So I can get the reaction I thought
Yeah.
that he was going to react to. But again,
So in your head, you could be like, see, I knew it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're back into your comfort zone versus being in something
I'm all
that I
like,
don't
see,
know.
That is self.
Like, I'm all like, see, like, he's just like everybody else, you know, and like, this is why I shouldn't.
And then not realizing you created the mess.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, fear of success.
It's kind of like poking the bear, and then the bear growls and bites, and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah. That was literally, that's exactly like, I'm all like, let me push the buttons, let me figure it out. And I think I did it in a lot of it. Like, I tested him basically without being,
too good to be true.
Because I wasn't used to somebody respecting me the way, treating me the way, or like, it was just always like, it was just, I have seen otherwise throughout my life. So, so, I mean, being single, you're trying to figure all this out, and then.
Yeah. There was a season where God told me to go back to school, and I was so afraid to go back to school. I didn't even think about it being successful. I just thought about why. Like, why am I going back to school? Because I didn't see the full picture.
Yeah.
So I was afraid of, wow, now I have to actually learn. I was afraid of the schedule and the commitment of the schedule and the hard work that it takes to actually, get a degree.
Committing to that.
Yeah. And not expect, like, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know anyone who really went to college, and I couldn't pick their brain. I was just very naked and exposed and learning as I went. And a lot of people do that. Like, they start new positions, and you have to learn as you go, even though you may know something.
It's easier just knowing it versus learning something new.
Yeah. Learning something new is scary.
That kind of ties in with faith over fear. You have to sometimes
step out of faith.
Step out in faith, scary. And just kind of go for it.
Like, your heart is racing, you're sweating, your armpits are sweating, you've got all the bubble guts, and then you still do it.
Still do it.
Still do it. Yeah. And then you're thinking of every reason why you should not.
I think what comes into mind when we're talking about faith over fear is a lot like my husband. When he started his business, we're like, babe, God was literally just showing us like this is the way he had to go. Like this was the path. Like everything just aligned. I got promoted and I got like, and he stuff happened at his previous employer, and and then I'm all like, look, I didn't get this job for nothing. Like I know God does stuff for a reason and a purpose. So, but it was always like,
So there was supplement income while he was starting his
yes.
business.
So I was just like, go for it. Like, you can do it. Like, let's do it. I don't want him to ever doubt. I didn't want him to doubt that. What if I could have opened my company? Let's try it. I don't know. That's whenever we're like, all right.
Had the income for him to try it.
Yes.
Wow.
We were able to do that. I mean, I'm telling you, God aligns, and when God speaks to you, it's just like, like that fear kind of goes away. You're like, God, like you gave me this vision. You kept on opening doors. So we're going to walk through them. And we literally let go and let God, and look at him like,
flourishing, very successful.
Yes. So that's why I'm just like, whenever we literally stepped out in faith and removed the fear, because if not, imagine if we lived in fear all this time, like he would still working that. And then it aligned because he was able to take care of Edelyn, like, so everything was just like back to back, aligning. And I'm all like, we take, how it says like the fear paralyzes you. We need to like literally remove the fear and just go for it,
I heard somebody say that since fear is not of God, what's on the other side of fear has to be God. So if you don't press through fear, you'll never know what God has for you. And ever since then, I've been like, okay, fear is not of God. Fear is not of God. Press through. Get on the mic, girl. Get on the mic. Get in front of people. Speak. Open your mouth. And if you fumble, you fumble. You'll learn as you go. But that has always helped me. It sticks with me. I use that as that's a game changer when you realize, so something's actually trying to stop me from moving forward and stop me from growing.
And you just want to plow right through it.
Almost like a bully on the playground. Like, you're not going to get on this swing. That type of bully. Where,
yes, I am.
Like, they own the playground, right? That's how I feel when it's fear. It's like it's a bully. And it's just stopping you from succeeding and finding joy and peace, like that next step. So I always remember that. So I just head first. I'm diving in head first with all the bubble guts.
Yes. When I think
and sweaty palms.
Yes. When I think of faith over fear, that's what I think of, because sometimes people think like I have to have faith and not fear because fear is not of God. No, sometimes it is having fear and doing it anyway. Like I have more faith than I have fear.
Right. It's not staying in that fear, not letting it overcome you. That's the trick.
Yeah.
It is really hard.
And it's in anything, like at job-wise, like you need to stop being afraid of that boss. Obviously there's still respect and honor to your leadership, stuff like that. But how do you know, like, what if it's losing that fear? And I say it because I went through something like that, not knowing. I was fearful to open my mouth because I could lose my job. And I'm all like, well, then I'm all like, if I'm wrong, correct me, because I don't know otherwise. So I feel like it's always like, you know what? I learned to just kind of open my mouth and remove that fear. And by opening my mouth, like, I was able to get corrected and directed and, promoted.
Was it kind of like fear of talking to people who are higher than you, quote unquote?
I think it was that, or sometimes you feel like unqualified, or you feel like
you're more educated. Yeah.
Like, all these doubts, but nobody puts this in your head but yourself. Like, nobody, does this, and we do this to ourselves, and we put these expectations and anything, like job wise, relationship wise, on your, like, it's just
and it's how we were brought up. Like, when I think of faith over fear, I think of us purchasing our home. Like, we were not ready. We kept saying, like, okay, we're going to save money. No, at the end of this year, we're going to be married for a year. All these stipulations. And then Claudia and her husband were like, well, here is our realtor. Just go look at houses with her. And we were like, okay, but we're not going to buy anything. Like,
Because we're on a year plan here.
we were afraid.
Yeah.
And we didn't see it as fear. We were preparing,
Yeah.
quote unquote, for the podcast, air quotes, preparing. But truthfully, we were afraid
Yeah.
because my parents never went through the home buying experience like that. He had never gone through we were doing something that neither of us had ever done. Neither in our family we've seen them do. So sometimes when you're doing something that you haven't seen your parents do, that you've never experienced, you have that fear of the unknown. Like, what's going to happen? What am I walking into? And it ended up, we closed in a house in like 3 months. We were like approved. We got everything done. Like, and we were like, we're buying a house. Like, it was so quick, and we were like, this is of God, because look at how many doors just opened. Like, so, yeah.
Okay, so on the other spectrum of everything being in line, Benny and I went through a season where we lost our home, and God told me to stop working and to be a stay-at-home mom, do ministry, and then eventually go to school. But that's not alignment, right? That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
That you would think like he's opening the door, go to work, he's going to provide. No, he was like, no, don't go to work. This is what I want you to do. And stepped it out for me. So when I told my husband that, I thought for sure he was going to be like, we just lost our home. I just barely started a new job. Like, I'm not getting paid. And we were financially stressed, like eating jelly and crackers, sharing one ramen noodle. Like, I was so happy that the kids went to school because we didn't have no food.
Yeah.
So in that moment, you would think like God's like opening doors and all of heaven's opening up, you know.
And you're like, by the way,
perfect job, and you know,
I'm not going to work anymore.
and it didn't make any sense. And trusting God in that season, and still trusting God, because I'm still not technically earning income. He said only, what is it called? The breadwinner.
Yeah.
But he has gotten promotion after promotion after promotion, and does his side business.
Yeah.
So it's always like that confirmation.
And plays golf.
And plays golf. But it's so hard. And God puts him in positions where somebody even told him, like, you're in a position where people need degrees. Because he was doing estimates. He's done everything in construction. And somebody told him, like, you don't even have a degree. He doesn't even have a high school diploma. And he has done positions where these men have gone to college for.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was always our confirmation that we're on the right track. Because I'm always questioning a guy, like, are you sure you don't want to
wrestling with God? Look at you.
I'm always, because I'm impatient. And this has been already 13 years that I'm on this path and still trusting God, you're going to provide for my husband.
Yeah.
You're the head over my husband. He's taking care of us. We're good. But there's still always that fear factor.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
It comes up. Yeah.
Well.
What happened?
Nothing. She just looked at the camera.
I'm trying to, I can
She's
just.
processing?
Yeah, I think I'm processing everything because I can come up. I keep on showing me of all this fear, and I'm all like, dang, that was.
You didn't realize you didn't have some fear.
Yeah, I didn't realize it.
First-time parents. You know, there's a fear of being parents, fear of raising teenagers.
Yeah.
Fear
First-time parent with teenagers. Yes.
There's a lot of fear that goes around.
Definitely for me, parent at 15, being a parent, and not only being a parent at 15. My daughter was born with a cleft foot, and she had to have right away go into treatment. And for a 15-year-old trying to go to high school and work at Sonic, making minimum wage, it was just fearing of, like, I don't even know, till this day, I don't know what I told Natalie. I mean, Natalie now, she's 19, and I tell her, I don't even know how you survived. Like, I really,
I say that all the time.
I really don't know. So it was scary. Like, as a 15-year-old,
so much.
yeah, she's a strong young woman. But like that fear of, like, how am I gonna do this? You know, like, and then.
It's whenever you talk about your experience, I think of my sister, because my sister was very similar. She was 15 and had my niece. And when you say, like, the fear of how am I going to do this, but also the fear of how am I not going to do it because I have her. I have
Yeah.
to do it.
She was she motivated me a lot, and I was a single parent almost all her life. Like I was really like a teenager, single mom. She had more appointments than a regular baby would, like because she had special doctors. She had like it was every week and therapy and and just treatment all around. And then I was just like, what the heck, like. And now I'm a single mom. I have to stop working to go take her.
And you're 15.
And I'm
And you're a
15.
teenager. That's crazy.
I'm so thankful for my parents. Like I know I couldn't do it without God, obviously, but my parents, man,
Yeah.
they came through. Like, but yeah, being a parent, being fearful, like as being a parent, being a single parent, like in my single, like bringing people into my kids' life, not knowing their intentions towards my kids, not knowing, like, so when I was in my single season, it was that fear, the fear of bringing somebody into their lives and then them jump out of their life because it didn't work out. So it was very much like, am I doing the right thing? Yeah. Also, like, if you question, like, are you doing the right thing? That fear of, like, not doing, back again, expectations that nobody but ourselves set on our, like, that we set our expectations that we set ourselves on ourselves.
I think that a good amount of fear actually really does challenge us to believe more and have faith more. When you were talking, I was thinking about, what about teenagers who have that fear of fitting in? Because I remember being a teenager and not giving a crap. But we deal with a lot of kids, this generation, they care.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it when I was a teenager how much people cared, or how much the kids around me cared to fit in or to look like each other or to have the same things. I didn't realize that because I didn't care.
Yeah.
But now that I've raised teenagers, I'm like, it's a real thing.
Yeah. And now it's enhanced even more because of social media. Social media puts expectations and
things like that.
What makes you look popular,
what
you your
have,
self-image, which is not real value.
Yeah.
So I keep thinking about the kids in this generation, like, where are we going with them?
Yes.
And that's just our future.
Like, this is really
They're the ones who are going to run this country.
There's my fear.
that is a fear.
Who's going to take care of us?
I'm all like,
social media. Oh my god.
I remember, like, when iPhones came out, you didn't want to buy one. You wanted to stay complacent with the Nokia or like the old one because this was too much technology, to learn.
Yes.
So I think it's fear in different aspects. Different, like we talk about family, kids, wife, career, but it's really like
being stretched.
Yeah. Speaking about identity, I know like the kids right now, they're struggling with trying to figure out who they are, and with social media thing, it's just too much. How do we become this new person without fear? How do we overcome our fear? And how do we, because you grow from it, right? We're meant to grow. We're meant to, go through it, but we're meant to grow from it and learn from it and find tools to be able to help us get through this, because you don't want to be stuck there. So now you're becoming like a whole new person and trying to heal that, because growth has to happen. Like, we can't always be living in fear. I think other fears, I think, go ahead.
So something I always tell my kids, and I know we're talking to women in different phases of their life or their journey. So they are becoming a new person, but for like younger people, they're just trying to find their identity, which is basically what we're doing. If you're trying to become a new person, you're trying to find your identity anyway. So something I always tell my kids is that something you like? Is that something you enjoy?
This?
Is this something that creates passion in you? Does this bring you joy? So always bringing it back to them so they can figure out who they really are without pleasing their friends. Is this something your friends are doing or you want to do? So that goes for adults too. We have to ask ourselves those questions.
Because sometimes we don't even know ourselves either.
We don't.
We don't
know what we like, what we want to do with our life.
And I think I say it a lot to the singles that we know it's just like, how do you know how to love yourself if you don't even know how you want to be loved? You know, like, and it goes back to like, you don't know. I lost my train of thought.
It's like I got you, friend. It's like because as singles, you know, how do I expect a man to love me when I don't even know what I want?
Yes.
Right.
Like
Right.
I gotta learn me. I gotta find me. I have to have the courage. And another thing is I always think about, if I know what I like, I know what I don't like, the courage of allowing yourself to become her.
Yeah.
Right.
Like sometimes I know I like doing this, I like doing that, but I don't do them because you're afraid of doing those things. Like you have to allow yourself to become the woman that you know is in you.
Or man, if you
Yeah.
guys listening.
But you know
Yeah.
what? Now that you were saying that, came back to me. I'm all like, but yes, I was talking about that. But also sometimes we try to not know who we are, and we try to like lower our boundaries to fit in because we're fear that
We're gonna get left out. We're gonna get
Exactly.
left behind, or we're gonna miss that really good person, man, woman, or whatever. I'm gonna miss my opportunity.
yes, instead of actually finding somebody that is challenging you, you know, somebody that is gonna make you better, you know. And this is just like talking in a single perspective, just kind of like thinking about
in
it.
any, like, we can generalize that because teenagers
True.
do it,
Mhm.
moms do it.
Yeah.
What they're trying to
yes.
find their mom group. I don't fit in with all the other moms because they have this self-image of themselves. When in reality, your personality fits in. You just
Yeah.
think you don't because your situation is different.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hear people say it all the time. I don't fit in. Yeah, you do. If you wanted to, you would. Just be
Yeah.
yourself.
Because you don't have to be like them.
Exactly.
That would be boring.
Just be yourself
Yes.
and you'll fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that goes back to identity. You need to know who you and so be it. If they don't like how you are, your personality or your laugh or
Then move on.
your then they're not for you. You know, like I feel like you know, going back to like friend wise, you know, like finding your group, you know, like you don't have to change the way. And I tell my kids all the time, especially my 12-year-old, I tell her all the time, so actually my 15-year-old, well, both of them, stop trying to be somebody you're not just to fit in, you know, just to for them to like you, you know, like no, if people people who do like you, that are gonna laugh at your jokes, that are gonna,
and then those are the people you bond with and you move forward with. Something I tell my kids is, do you want to be that person?
Yeah.
Do you
Who are
wanna
you
be like
becoming, and do you even want to be them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you realize that this, and this, and do you want to be like that?
Yeah.
So to make them really think about who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I was going to say is the whole identity thing. I think it's just like a lack of confidence because people swear they know who they are, right? But they don't have any confidence because they say things like, I don't fit in. Who cares if you don't fit in?
If I know who I am,
It's a
it
lack
doesn't
of
matter who I
confidence.
think. Yeah.
So that's naming your fear.
Yeah.
I'm not confident enough to have a conversation with people who don't look like me, dress like me, sound like me.
Yeah.
Right? I might not have something to talk about. We're not going to be able to relate.
Yeah.
It's fear of confidence. Like, I don't have confidence.
and that's where self-love comes, because if you love yourself, I think it goes hand in hand with confidence.
Not allowing fear to overpower your confidence.
Yeah. Think of things to talk about. You know, when you're mingling or you're in a situation where you don't know anyone or you think you don't fit in, talk about the weather. Find something that you have in common. Comment on their clothing or their appearance. Like, you look great today, or you know, something like.
Yeah.
It's a lack of communication. Like, they're afraid of communicating.
Because we don't have to be exactly the same to have a relationship.
Yes.
Like, you could be somebody totally opposite of me and we're the best of friends. Like, we complement each other.
I can say that if somebody looks more professional than me, you know, like the way they carry themselves, I can get intimidated by that. And I'll be like, scan in the room, who looks like me?
Yeah.
I think I like to be in situations like that because I like to be challenged. But we addressed this, that I like challenges.
Yeah.
But it does bring some kind of fear. I'm all like, no, like I'm
And
here.
most people won't challenge themselves.
Yeah.
They'll scan the room, like I said, to see
Where their comfort is.
Yes, who they would feel more comfortable with.
But if we don't open our mouth because we're fearful or like the way judgment or fearful
Yeah.
or something.
Yes, judgment. Oh my gosh, yes, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think people say I don't fit in is really I don't want to be judged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then they end up. All you have to do is just open your mouth, have a basic conversation, and then you can become the bestest friend with that person.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know.
then you'll figure out who your people are. I
Yeah.
tell my kids all the time, talk to everyone,
Yeah.
play with everyone. And then you can decide from that point, oh, well, we're not really going to get along, or
Yeah.
we really don't have a lot of things in common. But you'll know if you start playing with everyone and talking with everyone.
And you'll realize too, a lot of us feel the same way, and we're out there having awkward conversations. Like, I don't know how many times I feel awkward in groups and situations, conversations, and I'm like, but it's me. I'm awkward. I don't care.
I look confident, but I'm not.
Yeah, so awkward.
Yes, I think people fail to realize we have a lot more in common that we don't have in common.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
true.
And I'm a deeper person, so I like to ask all the questions, like, where did you buy that? Oh, your shoes are cute. Or what size do you wear? And I know that makes other people uncomfortable, but
They're like weirdo.
that's,
I'm like, I don't know, I've had them for 5 years. Thanks for pointing that out, that I need new shoes.
It's for me after it leaves my mouth. I'm like, girl, shut up. But at the same time, that really does show me like who I'm gonna mesh well with and who I'm not.
Yes.
Like, oh, we're gonna get along. She's answering all my questions.
But I think it's important, like finding your identity and in the growing season and giving yourself grace as you're doing it.
Yeah.
And get out of your comfort zone.
Yes, definitely. Like that's
Being
what's the
comfortable is
worst that can
dangerous.
happen though? Like
You get embarrassed.
move on. Who cares?
We talked about this. It'll be successful,
Yeah.
and I'm afraid of the success.
Again, my kids are always like, Mom, I can't believe you did that, or Mom did it, because they will get embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, who cares? Laugh at yourself. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a big deal. Judgment and embarrassment is a big thing. What sets people
Or that you actually might make friends, and now you have to uphold friendship, communication, being in friendship.
They're gonna want to know
and-
my business.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
they're afraid
true.
that it actually might find somebody that they can be friends with, and then the fear of, oh my gosh, they're my friend, now they're going to know too much about me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a fear.
Well, that's why you don't tell a lot of things to people that you don't feel it. Like I know you should. You know when you know that person you can.
Who to open up to about
I
it.
mean,
absolutely. Yeah.
Like if you see like they're envious, like whatever the case may be, that they're just like watching or like I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm that type of friend that will dip my toes in the water and kind of test you,
Right.
and you know, like it's not like an instant. Like when and this is just talking about friendships, you know, like when I love hard, you know, and that's why whenever I get. And I don't think I've had friends like now as a mature adult. I think I mean I have my friends and my friends truly are like handpicked, but it took time to get there.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't happen like, but you walk into any kind of relationship, either a friendship or marriage or dating or anything, like it's always going to be that fear that it might not work. And it's okay if it doesn't work,
Yeah.
you know, but
that's the fear part.
Yeah.
That they don't think it's going to be
That
okay
they don't think it's
afterward.
going to be okay.
Yeah.
But I do think that there are people that are afraid of friendship.
That's so crazy to me.
Because
Having a
it's
fear
their
of
comfort.
commitment.
Yeah, their comfort is to isolate. Their comfort is to be alone. I'm different. I can't. That's your comfort. You're afraid that you might actually find some friends. Like, you know, the commitment. We talked about commitment, relationships, marriage, friendships is a commitment.
Yeah. When I hear y'all talking, I keep thinking about trust. So I don't have a fear of like loving people because I love hard too. But I've come into a season in my life where I really do love everyone. Like it just starting to come more and more natural. You know, I think that's hard to say, but at the same time, it's easy.
You're allowing it.
Yeah, like I'm allowing myself to love people.
Mhm.
But the opening up and the trust, that's
Yeah.
different.
Yes.
Because when I trust, once I don't trust you no more, it's all over.
Yes.
It takes me forever to trust
And you
and
can-
build that trust.
Yeah.
And it's like years of friendship before I get there. And I'll call you my friend. We'll do life together.
Yeah.
And once I finally trust you, please don't break that because it will never happen again.
Yeah, it's
that
so
much
hard.
I do
Yeah.
know about myself.
Yeah.
I cannot do it again.
Because of boundaries, like we've talked about
Yeah.
boundaries, and that's
And
part
then
of
I'm
it.
like, it took me forever to get here.
Yeah.
And then
As
you
hard
gotta
as we've worked, and now you want to do this.
Now you want to act up. Yeah.
But I do feel like I take it back to friendship because you can also should be able not to fear to talk to that person, you know, and having these hard conversations in a friendship, in a marriage, any kind of relationship, you know, It's just like not being
Afraid to share your feelings.
like, to have that fear because you need to be able to be vulnerable, which it's
It's
hard,
Yes.
you
That
know.
comes trust.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know, like in a marriage, like what if you're so vulnerable? I can't say that.
Vulnerable.
There you go. I can't say that word, guys. It's too much R's. My
She's
R's
like,
are
I
not
can't do it.
vulnerable.
Can't say it.
Say it in Spanish. That's why you can't say it. I'm not there yet.
I can't even get it out.
Transition.
You know, doing that. See, I lost my train of thought again. What is wrong?
But you
with
are
Being
right.
vulnerable in
In
a marriage. You know,
Oh,
my
yes.
husband used to tell me we didn't have deep conversations or really any kind of conversation. If you know
Yeah.
my husband, it's like pulling teeth, right? Lord. Back in the day, he used to tell me he couldn't open up to me and be vulnerable because he was afraid of hurting my feelings. And me crying, I'm like, what the hell do I
yeah.
cry? I think he was more afraid of me being angry
Yeah.
than he was hurting my feelings because I was an angry person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think in marriage, that's what happens. We think about what if I hurt their feelings? What if they look at me different? What if they can't trust me anymore? It's that whole fear factor.
It's different in a marriage though because you can't cut them off.
You can't cut them off.
I'm
No.
not going anywhere.
That's
Feel what you
literally
want.
the only relationship that he has lost my trust like 20,000 times.
That you have to learn how to be able to trust them again, and it
Yep.
takes time, and it
so
can
much time.
take such a stupid or a small
Thing.
thing to ruin everything that was built. But
And even after forgiveness, a lot of people say they try to equate it with forgiveness, and it's not the same thing. You can
Yes.
forgive someone, but you don't have to trust them again.
Mhm.
You have to choose to trust them again.
But in
Marriage, I choose.
You choose.
You have to choose.
You have to choose.
In friendships, you want to value and you want to keep going, like you want to do the work. You have to choose to do it.
Yeah. I think that's really good because we can tend to forget in marriage, like sometimes we're waiting, like I'm waiting to trust you again. Like I'm waiting for you to build that up. But you're right. We have to just
have to
choose it.
yeah, because then you're testing them.
Yeah.
You're like,
Kind of
just
like
waiting.
kids. When they lose your trust, they're like, oh, okay, I'm not going to lie again. And then they lie again. And you're like, oh, how can I trust you? Right? Kids are testy.
Yes.
We can't do that with our spouses.
No.
No, we have to choose to trust them.
Mhm.
see, that's why I can't say it. I'm kidding. I love my husband. I mean, he does challenge me.
Yeah.
So we were talking about becoming her.
Yes.
So do you have a fear of becoming her?
I have a fear. It ties along with the success of becoming her. For a long time, when I talk about like things that you want for yourself, allowing yourself to become her is because that I already closed the door to so many things on myself. Becoming a mom, it's never happening. I have so many issues. I'm never going to give birth. I'm never going to be a mom. I closed the door. I did that when God never closed the door on that. So I have a fear of becoming her successfully. Because ever since we got married, we have the girls. I'm allowing myself to become her. I'm allowing myself to become the mom the wife, the
Yeah.
dog mom, the homeowner, all of these
Yeah.
things. I'm becoming her, but how can I accept success for myself? You're a good mom, you're a good wife. Like, so it's not the fear of becoming her. For me, it's more of the fear of becoming her successfully. And I do allow myself to recognize things, conversations with the girls, relationships. I can spend a girls' day with Lisette, and it's so fun. We end up taking a nap on the couch. I have conversations with Layla where I know she's trusting me more. So I know that I'm becoming her, meaning I'm becoming mom. I'm becoming this. I'm becoming all these different things. But it's still that fear of like, don't mess this up. These are things you've prayed for. So I will say, in becoming her, it's a choice. We have to allow ourselves to become her, because if we close those doors on ourselves, we're only going to hinder our own blessing. Like that, having faith over fear and allowing yourself to become her.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Claudia?
I think when you go into like becoming that person is just, for me, I feel like I've always like self-sabotaged. So it's just not knowing that, leaving that in the past and just leaving that fear, like, okay, you know what? You're not that person. You're not in that situation. You're not, stop putting yourself back there anymore. You overcame that. You already you already, did all that. Stop trying to bring that to your present, and I try to just like, oh, but when this happened, or when I did this, or when he did this, or what, it's just, I keep on taking it back whenever I overcome it. And I feel like that's how I, becoming her is literally identifying it and not trying to go back and just say, you overcame that. Stop trying to go back and get her, because you're this new person that knows how to forgive, knows how to love, knows how to, to have grace, and all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's a working process, progress every day. It's just kind of like not every day, but when a challenge hits, or when something doesn't go my way, it's just bringing that. It takes me back to being fear. I was fearful with stuff that was that I went through, that I feel like I'm still there, and I'm not.
Fear of it repeating itself.
Yes. And stop bringing that. So I feel like I am better at that, and I'm becoming this new person, just kind of like trusting God. Most importantly, like, Jesus, take the wheel, and just because you gave me this. Instead of self-sabotaging my situation. Or
I think you said something really good for a lot of women to take note of, because in the act of becoming her, you can't go back and save her. What happened. What you went through. Don't get so focused on going back and saving her that you're not allowing yourself to become her.
That's so good.
So you said it, and I wanted to reiterate that, because so many of us want to go make the wrongs right, and we have to become who we're meant to become. We have to become her. We can't keep going back to save.
Make up for lost time or guilt, doing things out of guilt. Yeah, that's good. For me, I think about believing in myself. I have a fear of disappointing myself. You can hear all the affirmation like when people give you affirmation, not that you need it or want it, but you can hear all the affirmation and still not believe in yourself. So it's a fear of not disappointing yourself. So I think I struggle with that more than I do anything else, because I'm starting to think about it more and more as the conversation's going. And I'm like, I have a fear of disappointing myself because I can't make up for it. Like, I can't take it back. Like I feel like I'm not going to get a redo because I've failed as a mom, but I got a redo. So I have to remind myself there's redos. Like God's going to give you
Yes.
another opportunity. There's always going
Yes.
to be another opportunity for growth or
Yes.
overcoming something or having courage to do something. But I think that it might be a lack of courage, though.
Yeah.
You know, to step out in faith, you do
Become-
have to be brave enough
Yes.
to say yes to what you're supposed to be doing or you want to do or you have a passion to do.
Yeah.
So courage is a big deal. I don't think that we think about having courage.
Having to have it. Yep.
Yeah.
Courage overcomes fear.
Because sometimes we're just waiting for it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, when I work up the courage, I'll do it. No, do it. Do it
And you
scared.
need 100 million confirmations.
Yeah.
And then you need all the affirmation
Yes.
and all the encouragement instead of really stepping out of there and being courageous enough to do it. Just do it yourself, girl.
I like what it says here. It says, courage doesn't always roar. You know, and that goes back to like, we're not, we need to find the courage within us to be able to, I mean, without quietly, you know, like,
Sometimes courage is quiet.
yes,
Yeah.
and just being able to let your actions or let you overcoming this fear be louder than
Yeah.
Becoming yourself, showing up, saying yes to new
Yeah.
things. Don't be afraid to meet new people
Mhm.
or make new friends. Don't be afraid that you're going to leave other people behind. You know, that's another thing. People have a fear of leaving their old life behind because of who's attached to it,
Mhm.
friends and family.
Yep.
Like I have a fear of what if they don't come with me?
Yeah. What if
Right?
I
Like,
outgrow them?
yeah, I don't think we think about that until it actually starts to happen. And
Yeah.
then you're like, wait a minute, I thought we were all coming together.
Yeah. You're my bestie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another fear.
yeah, I mean,
I
it
have to overcome
happens.
that.
Yeah, but I mean, it happens. I know I've been through that whenever you outgrow a situation or a person or, you know, it.
Yeah. And it sounds ugly, like outgrowing people. It's not meant to be an insult,
No.
but sometimes what God has for you is not what he has for other
Mhm.
people.
Mhm.
And that is scary because you know those people. They're your friends. You
Yeah.
love them. You've done life
Yeah.
with them, or they're your siblings, or whatever it may be. It's scary to not do life with them.
Yeah.
You know, and also believing in yourself, believing that you can do this, and then
Yeah.
like getting the courage to believe in yourself, you know, like believing that you can overcome this, you can step out and say hi to that person and
Yeah.
compliment, you know, like,
It feels like you're almost alone, right? Like you have to do this thing alone,
Yeah.
right?
Because I think that's what comes to mind when I think courage isn't loud. Like, I don't have to make a big statement. I don't have to make a big jump. I just have
do it
to
with other
start doing it. Just
Yeah.
start making an effort. Start putting that foot forward. Like, it doesn't have to be this big extravagant, like,
I don't need an
from night and
audience.
day. No,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I always like to say baby steps are
Yeah.
better than no steps.
there
Yeah.
is quiet courage. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like do something out of your comfort, you know, and how can you work on this? You know, how can you get the courage, like set yourself up for little goals, you know, like, hey, today I'm going to text this person on Facebook or message them, comment on their picture. Oh, I
Right.
like your
Yeah.
outfit, or, you know, like, or see them at an event, just
Yeah.
Going
hey.
up to people and saying hello. Oh my God, that reminds me. You know, when you see people you used to know, like in high school, like at the grocery store, you're like, oh my God, I know that person. Go the other way. Oh my God, I used to be so bad at that. And my kids are like that now. Like they go to school. These are their friends,
Yeah.
their peers, and they see them at the grocery store and they're like, oh my God, don't go the other way.
I know.
They want to run the other way. It's a fear of like socializing.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. And I didn't realize that until I saw my kids doing it. I'm like, oh my God, I used to be the same way. Now I'm like, hey!
No,
And
I'm
sometimes it's
so
not even the
awkward.
person.
I'm so awkward, especially at church. Like, if I don't go and like have the courage to go like talk to people, because it's intimidating.
Yeah.
I will always message like, hey, it was good to see you at church. Yada, yada, yada. I will message and we're friends, but in person I'm like, hey girl.
You don't know what to talk
I'm
about.
awkward.
You're so socially awkward.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
awkward, but I will make it a point to say hi to people and talk to them.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely more talkative through the phone.
So when you said, what do? I feel like just own it.
Yeah.
Like own your socially awkwardness.
Awkwardness.
Own it, make fun of it.
Yeah.
Say it before somebody else says
Yes.
it. Like just
So many times, some of the girls will be like, I'm like, I don't know what to say now. Okay, bye. And they're like, same bye.
and then it doesn't make it so
Yeah.
awkward anymore.
Because we're all like, okay, I said hi now.
Yeah.
I'm like, gotta go.
I think that, see, again, we have so much more in common than we don't.
Yeah.
Just normalize it. It's awkward. Just normalize we're going to get
Yes.
embarrassed.
Overcome that fear.
Just normalize we're going to fail
Yeah.
and just move on.
Yeah.
But I had to learn that, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't always like
I think we all have, every single person has some
To
kind
learn.
of,
You
yeah,
gotta learn it.
that has fear, and then you always have to learn from that.
Yeah.
You know, I think just
A part of me being able to be who I am now was the healing part, the healing journey. Learning who I really was,
Mhm.
past all the trauma. I'm not her anymore.
Yeah.
Past all the rejection and betrayals and all the things,
Yeah.
and figuring out who I really was after healing. That's when I was able to be like, I'm going to conquer everything I'm afraid
Yeah.
of now.
yeah.
I mean, maybe not everything, because I'm not going like, heights and stuff like that. No, ma'am. No. No, we're not doing that.
You know, and then even like, you know how we talked about like the baby steps are better than no steps. Then be proud of those baby steps.
Yes.
You know, give yourself credit. Like
Absolutely.
you did something that you weren't used to, but you put yourself out there. So that's a growth, like a growth for, something better. Now you don't feel as awkward on the second time you start a
I did
conversation.
it once. I could do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just those baby steps.
Yeah.
And pat yourself on the back every time you overcome. I mean, you take one of those baby steps.
Yeah.
Don't turn it from night to day and just say like, "Hey, I'm gonna have a brunch." Come on, when you can't even hold a conversation. Like,
Everybody come to my house.
And then you don't know what to talk about. I'm socially
Like,
awkward. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That is good. That is good. And not reverting back to as if you never did it. You
Yeah.
already did it once. That means you could do it
Yeah.
again.
Yes.
And you can keep going.
And then it's only grow from there.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get like now you'll be able to say, instead of saying, how are your day going? Now you'll be able to like start like compliment them and their
Yeah.
clothes. Where did you buy that? Or your kids, you'll find stuff you guys can relate in.
Yes.
And that's
Mhm. Or work or your kids. I mean,
Mhm.
your husbands or wives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my husband always says like, oh, like men can talk. We just talk about work. And I'm all like, that's the men's comfort. Like, he's just like, we just talk about work. Everybody likes to talk about work. I'm all like, no, we don't. He's like, well, the man. And I'm all like, yeah, you're right. Because I'm all like, I'm trying to.
And women typically talk about their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or their pets.
Yes.
I don't.
That's me.
Well, just know that taking baby steps are better than no steps. And find the courage in you, even if it's a tiny bit, and let that grow, and step out in faith and do, have that conversation, start.
Overcome those fears.
Yeah, overcome those fears that you feel or that you can't, challenge yourself, I'm not telling you to go do something extreme, but do something to move forward, to be able to identify and heal and find a way to heal them the way that you feel comfortable in healing, but also challenge yourself. Don't enable yourself.
Yes. Yes.
I know one of the reflection here that we wrote is fear might still be present, but so is your faith. So is your becoming, so is your courage. You're not behind, you're not broken, you're becoming.
That's
I love
good.
that. Mm-hmm.
So again, I hope we encouraged you. I hope what we've been through or what we're going through or, or who we're becoming, it has helped you, and share this episode with a friend that you feel that needs this encouragement, or that friend that needs that you feel like her fear is having her paralyzed, I don't know.
Whatever fear is holding you hostage, identify it and start moving forward, break through from it.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that word hostage, because that's really what fear does to us.
Yeah.
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 And like always, we want to encourage y'all to keep the conversation going, comment,
Yes.
ask us questions. If you need more insight or you want to have a one-on-one, message us, email us, engage with us because we want to know more. These are just like an hour-long topic. We can go on and on forever, and we can get really deep. So we want to continue these conversations.
Some insight to a specific question.
Yes, and I don't know if you guys saw that we answered one of our viewers' question, you know, and we did Thoughtful Thursday. Was it on Thursday?
Yes.
Thoughtful Thursday, and just kind of comment.
Yeah, put your questions out there.
Put your questions out there, and we will get to them. You know, and we will answer them, and we will respond.
Yeah,
so
we find like we can't cover everything.
Yeah,
and we do get comments, but they're not like, or we do get questions, but they're not official questions.
Yeah.
So make it official. We're not going to answer it.
I don't know what you want.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all of that things. And just remember that you're not alone.
You're not consumed.
Another is in the fire.
Bye, guys.